Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Just a few minutes ago, The Chase's Bradley Walsh shocking update drops. Just a few minutes ago. Broken our hearts, this news must see. It was an ordinary Wednesday morning at the ITV studios, or at least it appeared that way. The buzz around the set of The Chase was routine. Contestants being briefed, producers reviewing camera angles, and Bradley Walsh cracking jokes with the lighting crew. After all, they had filmed more than 2,000 episodes by now. This was their rhythm, their well-oiled machine. Bradley, dressed in his signature navy suit with a pocket square that matched his charming grin, walked into the studio like he always did, confident, relaxed, and humming Sinatra. "Morning, team. Is today the day someone finally gets 100,000 pounds out of us?" he joked, giving a wink to floor manager Judy. "Not unless you're handing out bonus rounds, Brad," she replied with a laugh. But there was something different in the air that morning. Perhaps it was the fact that the show was heading into its 16th year on air, or maybe it was the surprise audience of school children who had been invited to watch a special filming. Either way, no one knew they were about to witness a moment that would go down in the Chase history. As the cameras rolled, Bradley introduced the latest batch of contestants. Among them was 24-year-old Charlie from Newcastle, a youth worker who radiated charisma. During the usual pre-game banter, Bradley couldn't help but be taken by Charlie's enthusiasm. "Bradley, I just want to say, this show got me through some really dark times during lockdown. I watched every rerun. It gave me hope, laughter, and something to look forward to." The studio fell quiet, the sincerity in Charlie's voice resonating deeply. Bradley placed a hand on his heart. "Well, mate, that means more than you know." As the show proceeded, Charlie performed admirably. He secured 9,000 pounds in the cash builder and then shocked everyone by choosing the high offer of 85,000 pounds. "I'm not here to play it safe," he declared. He faced off against the beast, Mark Lavitt, and took the audience on an absolute roller coaster. The questions were tough, but Charlie was tougher. When he successfully brought the 85,000 pounds back to the team, the studio erupted. Even Mark gave him a begrudging clap. Bradley looked at Charlie and paused. Ladies and gentlemen, that was probably the most electric head-to-head we've ever had. During the commercial break, Bradley disappeared backstage briefly. Producers thought he was just stretching his legs, but he was in fact huddled in the control room with executive producer Carla Monroe. "I've got an idea," he said, lowering his voice. Carla arched an eyebrow. "Bradley, please don't say what I think you're about to say." "I want to be the final chaser today." A stunned silence. "Brad, what?" "I've been doing this 15 years. I know the structure inside and out. We've had specials, celebs, teams of grannies, and once even a dog in the studio. But we've never had the host take the hot seat. But the rules. It's not about breaking the rules. It's about bending them to make television magic. Just once." Carla considered it. The legalities were a nightmare, but the potential ratings? "You'll need to pass a real chaser-level set of questions." Bradley grinned. "Bring it on." Back on set, the final chase was about to begin. Charlie was now alone. His teammates had been eliminated. The solo final chase against the beast for 85,000 pounds. But just as Mark Lavitt stepped forward, Bradley raised a hand. Hold on. Mark, I love you, but how about you take a seat today?" The studio rippled with confused murmurs. Mark gave a surprised chuckle. "What are you on about, Brad?" Turned to the audience. "Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, I'm stepping in as the chaser." Gasps, shouts, applause. The contestants, crew, and audience were all dumbfounded. I've stood behind that podium for 15 years, watched thousands of chases. It's time to find out if I've learned anything. Charlie, are you game? Charlie was open-mouthed, then grinned. "Let's go." A new table was quickly prepared. Paul Sinha, standing off stage, whispered to Jenny Ryan, "He's either a genius or about to massively embarrass himself." Bradley sat behind the chaser's desk, tension in his shoulders and a spark in his eyes. The final chase began. Charlie went first, answering 20 questions in 2 minutes, an exceptional performance under pressure. He scored 18 steps. The studio roared. Then it was Bradley's turn. "I swear," he muttered with a grin, "if I fluff this first question, I'm never living it down." Host duties now passed to Jenny, who stepped up with a glint of playful revenge. "Let's begin," she said, smirking. "Your time starts now." The clock ticked. Questions flew. Bradley was a machine, sharp, instinctive, encyclopedic. 6, 10, 14, 17 steps. Final question. In Greek mythology, who flew too close to the sun? "Icarus," he barked. Chapter 6. The Sudden Death Showdown. The crowd was in disbelief. Never had a final chase ended in a tie during a host versus contestant special. The producers decided on a sudden death format, 1 question each until someone missed. Charlie went first. "What is the capital of Canada?" "Ottawa." Correct. Bradley, which chemical element has the symbol Pb? "Lead." Correct. Back and forth they went, nerves rattling, sweat forming. Finally, the moment came. Charlie was asked, who was the first British astronaut in space? He hesitated. "Tim Peake?" Buzz. Wrong. Bradley leaned in. "Helen Sharman," he said gently. Jenny turned. "And your winner, by the slimmest margin, is Bradley Walsh." The room erupted. Charlie laughed, standing to shake Bradley's hand. "That was legendary," he said. Bradley looked overwhelmed. After 15 years of steering the ship, he had proven he could swim in the deepest waters. Producer Carla rushed onto the set and gave him a massive hug. "That was insane, Bradley. Ratings gold, absolute TV history." Even the chasers applauded. Ann Hegarty wiped a tear. "All right, I'll admit it. That was quite good." Mark Lavitt leaned in. "Next time, you're back to hosting. That seat is taken, mate." The episode aired a week later. Social media exploded. Clips went viral. Bradley the Chaser trended for days. ITV reported record-breaking viewership numbers. Fans praised the spontaneity, the honesty, and the raw thrill of it all. Memes flew. Someone edited Bradley's face onto all 5 chasers in the opening credits. Tabloids dubbed him the showman, the secret genius, and the 6th chaser. And the best part? Charlie was invited back for a celebrity Christmas special as a reward for his sportsmanship. In interviews afterward, Bradley said, "I didn't do it to prove anything. I did it because sometimes in TV and in life, you need to surprise people, even yourself." The chase later introduced a new segment called Bradley's Blitz, where once a season, Bradley would face a contestant in a mini face-off. The tradition was born from that electrifying moment, and while Bradley went back to his hosting duties, the aura around him changed. He was no longer just the host. He was a symbol of adaptability, of stepping up, of rewriting rules, even just for a day. As the 16th anniversary of the chase approached, fans began speculating. Will Bradley do it again? But Bradley remained coy. "Who knows," he'd tease, "but one thing's for sure. I've got more surprises up my sleeve." And with a knowing smile, he'd stroll onto set, crack a joke, and get ready to make more television magic. Because with Bradley Walsh at the helm, anything could happen, and that's exactly why the chase remained unmissable.